Oh, I think I found it. I think I did find it. Embroidery, excitement, nightmares abound. Good morning, internet people. I thought I'd bring you along for a little update on my embroidery journey. I've done a few little embroidery things over the last few years. Did you like my thread display? Don't you hate it when you knock over a thread and it goes rolling on the floor? And even though you try and pick up all your threads every time you cut one or whatever, and you try and put it in the trash can, there's still thread all over the floor. So I'm sitting here trying to clean up my embroidery threads. You know, it was funny, I took a class, was it last year? Yeah, I did a lunchbox class with, it was a seascape. And the owner of Lunchbox came down, taught the class, and one of her good friends was in the class. So that was kind of neat. I learned a few techniques. I really didn't learn that much. It was fun to be there with the ladies, but of course I get a little crazy. And then I'm exhausted, so David had to come get me. I wasn't able to drive home. That's the one thing about being sick and having fatigue issues and all these things is, you know, there's all these fun classes you could take that aren't very expensive. But how the hell are you going to get there and back, especially when you live an hour away? Why is this? Oh. Such is life. So, I actually learned most of my stuff on the internet. Reading and watching all the YouTubers, and that's how I've learned just about everything. Well, everything the last 10, 20 years. Before the internet, you learned by the old timers, or you went to the library and looked for a book. You had to look through the card, little cards. I was never a very good speller. I can read very well, but my brain just doesn't process the spelling of stuff for some reason. So I finally found a lady that would help me at the library, our little tiny podunk library. And this is 4th grade, so I was, 11 or 12? I don't even know. I was way older because I was held back so much. And if she wasn't there, I wouldn't go in. I would look for her and then I'd leave because the other ones were nasty. You don't know how to spell, but you can read a book? So then there was the one lady that always helped me. Because she understood. She had compassion. Compassion, people! So I put all those on. Now what? I have a ton more over there to do. So I'm doing, back to the embroidery, I'm doing a commission quilt for an aunt of my husband's. She's a sweet, sweet lady back in Virginia, and she has a fox and hound themed guest room. So I'm doing a fox and hound themed quilt. So here's one of them. Her background is tartan. I got this at Hobby Lobby for, I think it was $5 something a yard. And guess what? Then it went on sale. Another one. These are turning out better and better. I did back them with the SF something. SF. I'm learning to do, like this one I might redo because it puckered a little. But it's still cute. I still have threads on some of these, so bear with me. Those threads still. Isn't that cute? Quite a few of them. Let me show you guys this one. There's one. Oh, there's the one I just did. These are turning out to be like my favorite. Those are like leaves and twigs and branches that make up the deer. Let me show you all this one. I'm clipping the threads because this is just so pretty. You'll see that? Look how beautiful that is. Some of these are, I didn't want a real kitty, I hope my shirt isn't too stained. I didn't want a real kitty look to it. I wanted an adult. So far I've done pretty good. Those all came from, let me see, let me look at my sources over here. Because I'm not going to put all that shit in the down below in the tags. I ain't to that level yet. Okay. So, Machine Embroidery Designs Urban Threads is where I downloaded majority of these. And they're very reasonable. $4 or $5, $3. Sometimes you get them on sale. As I said, the tartan fabric came from Hobby Lobby, which is upsetting because it went on sale. And this is a loose weave, almost like a linen. It's 100% cotton. Of course, I ordered 15 yards. Red Royal Stuart Tartan Calico. It's really pretty. So I'm not pre-washing it. What I do is I starch the heck out of it, which shrinks, let it dry, then lightly iron it. That shrinks it down. Now, some people can put fabric softeners on them. It shrinks it a little, but I am so sensitive to stuff, I can't use those. So I wasn't about to wash 15 yards. This will probably be a dry clean only because of all the embroidery. And 9 times out of 10, what I do with the embroidery, so when it comes off, it's like this. I put multiple layers. With that SF behind it, it really helped more. Then I put another layer once the SF is on. Then, which I haven't done yet. So this is what it'll look like. And I'll go through there and pick out most of this. And then I'll iron on another piece of SF. And this SF is real. This is what I use for my t-shirt quilts. Look, very pliable. Yes, it adds a little weight to it, but not much. And so when I add that SF into this, I'll just maybe an inch over. It'll adhere all those down. So she could throw it in the wash. It's going to be a queen. It's going to be a queen with a 12-inch. So it's going to cover the mattress. I do have some border things to do with some actual fox and hound and horse riders. I don't know if I quite like those in this quilt. They're kind of, what did I do with them? I have some stitched out on like a cream, but I didn't like it. Her room's kind of dark and there's really no white in it. So to me, she sent me pictures, it didn't look right. Like you can't have a bright white, maybe a cream gray, maybe, you know, it would stand out too much. I'd be the first thing screaming at you. And what did I do with them? I don't know. So I'm getting there. I do have 2 embroidery machines going because some of these take a couple of hours to do. You know, they're 60,000 stitches. Thread changes. I only have single needle Berninas. I have 2 770s that I embroider with. I did just recently pick up the second embroidery module stitching. Hold on. Oh, I was reading a different mail. Sorry. That's soil. Where'd it go? What was the name? It was like Stitching Heaven that I ordered this module from. It was on eBay for they said a used module. It was brand new. Like, it had the original binding around the Bernina box. I got a module, all the stuff in it. I mean, you can tell it's never been opened, never had a speck of dust on it, and a jumbo hoop for like $900 and some dollars. The jumbo hoop alone is $600. You can find it used for $300-400. You know, the embroidery module you can get by itself for $1,000-1,200 on eBay. The local shops $1,500, $2,000. Mind you, this is the old style. I didn't want to pay for the new one. I don't care less if it's smooth or whatever, as long as it embroiders, who cares? So I got both of these, and I ended up talking to the guy because they sent a Burnett serger, and the guy, he called me, and I looked at the number, and I'm like, that looks like a telemarketer, but iPhones are usually pretty good about saying spam or not. And so I answered it because, you know, what else? I got all day to talk if I want. And you could hear this panic in this guy's voice. He was like, is this so-and-so? I said, yes. Well, this is so-and-so from such and such. And of course, I'm thinking, God, I order so much stuff. Who is this? But I just let him talk so I can figure it out so I don't sound like a dum-dum. He goes, did you get your packages? Of course, really? Could you use a descriptive word? You know how many packages I get a day? I said, let me go check. So I left my little sewing trailer. I walked up front. And here it is. The embroidery module. There's a Sew Steady box, which I was like, I didn't order that. Then I saw the Burnett, and I thought, oh, this is why he's panicked, because this thing is $1,000, I don't know. It wasn't the high-end one, but they're not cheap. I said, okay, I see the Burnett. Can I send you mind if I send you a shipping label and you can get that right out to FedEx? They could pick it here. You could hear, poor guy, I felt so bad. I said, sure, whatever, I'll go out and do it. So he sent me the label, and then, of course, in the Sew Steady box was the jumbo hoop. And, of course, then he's like, oh, what are you embroidering on, blah, blah, blah. And I told him, I go, oh, we have great deals on this, we have great deals on that. And I'm like, yeah, maybe. No. I've already gone way overboard on this. As per usual. Poor David, my husband and my mother. But they were very nice. Stitching Haven, I think they're, I wish I could find, let's see, S-T-I. Spell that damn. Stitching Haven. Oh, yeah, that's them. So they're in Quitman Quilt, Q-U-I-L, Quitman, Texas. They have a big place there, I guess. And if you go onto their website, they've got all kinds of stuff for sale. And you know what? It's pretty reasonable. And they sell quite a few things on eBay, which I think I'm going to put some stuff on eBay. I really love Etsy. Shout out to Etsy. I have been enjoying Etsy. For my dyslexic visual brain, everything pops up. It's kind of a bad thing because then I spend too much. But this paper's driving me nuts in my mouse. Hold on. There we go. Sign up for updates. So yeah, go check out Stitching Haven. So their prices and their fabrics are a little high. Look. Some of it's $12.95 a yard, $10.95 a yard. Now I think they're Tula, T-U-L. I can spell Tula. Oh, their solids are $11.95 a yard. That's not bad. Rotary cutter, $74. That better be the kit. Oh yeah, no, just the rotary color by Tula. No. Some of their stuff is a little high. Oh, they have the zipper bag. Ribbons are right, you know. Ooh, Macaw Queen Tula Pink quilt kit. That's beautiful. Walk away. Oh, look at the confetti one. Walk away. So there's some of their stuff, majority of their stuff's reasonably priced. Their implements for Tula are a little high for me, but the thread, yeah, not bad. I end up buying from Missouri Star a lot. It takes forever to ship out, but their Kona is reasonable. I don't know why. I just dream of one day packing my van full of old ladies and driving to, where are they at? Missouri? Yeah, Missouri. Well, Missouri Star. Duh. So what else is happening? I should probably do a different post for the, this one. So that's about all for the embroidery. I will do another embroidery update probably next week when I get the rest of these. I'm going to do a basil. I'm doing basil around the tartan. Oh, here's a piece. Oh, there's going to be an avalanche. Hold on. That was one of my unfinished pumpkins. Went flying, fling. I hope that showed up. So this is Kona basil, which is going to be beautiful against this. I don't know how I'm going to frame it yet, but y'all get the gist of it. I love the basil. I had used some of this. I was going to use this, I think, in Stacy's quilt for the boys. But I didn't use it. And then I don't know why I stripped this like that. But I did. There was an avocado that kind of went, but it was the wrong tone. It didn't have enough yellow in it. I will say doing hair and color for all those years and the underlying tones that come up really has helped me a lot, taught me a lot. You know, the depth of color is so important in your fabric from one to the next. I mean, they talk about tonal values, of course, is great, or the black and white grayscale, you know, that's great. But if you have an undertone that's wrong, and sometimes those do work good together in the cool colors, but when you're dealing with warm colors like this, you better be spot on, because it'll look funky, murky, muddy. But so I am using isocord thread. I've been slowly buying some, and then I have this old Polystar. When I had my little brother, SE25, CE25, SE, I don't remember. But it only had a little embroidery hoop of this big. I mean, it was so teeny, but it was okay. I will say the Polystar doesn't embroider as... Once it gets going, it's great. But it's not a solid, like this phrase. So you really got to watch it. You better have a good needle in. Whereas this isocord doesn't fray. It seems to be like a solid core. I don't know. Let's get my good glasses. And I'm sure they have a technical term for this stuff. No, it's strand too. So it tends to be a little fuzzy. It just doesn't come apart like the polystar. This stuff comes apart. You gotta really watch it. But the polystar has a sheen, more of a metallic shine to it. I did put a little metallic. I think I'm gonna do it in the rider's vest, and of course superior threads. But y'all, there's a trick to this. I slow the machine way down to a crawl, and better pray you don't have to do too much of it. And then I watch that thread, and I will pull the thread. Make sure you have it in a loop going up and then back down into the machine. Keep it loose. If you don't have that little metallic oiler that goes on the Berninas, and I think other machines have them, which would help if you're doing a lot, because it'll heat up the friction. But just keep it loose. When it goes through those tensioners, you know, as it winds through your machine, that's when it'll tighten up. But past that to the spool, I let it kind of, you know, loose little loops. Just watch it. Use your fingers. Stop the machine, and it won't break and it won't damage anything. Ask me how I know. And I got a lot of this when I bought out a very nice quilter lady that had passed away, and I got her whole 30 years of stuff, and she's got all these threads and all this stuff. I never would have bought metallic threads, but I use them. So this is what I'm at, 21 minutes. That's kind of long. Most people are watching my videos about 13 minutes, 10 minutes, 8 minutes. But whatever, they're out there. So y'all have a good day. It's 5:42. I got up at 1 something. It got too cold. I need to dial my little window AC back. It got too cold and my knees started hurting. So once that happens, I'm up. So today's gonna be a short day. Well, it's already been up 3 hours. 4. Yeah, 4 hours. Where's my coffee? Love y'all. Bye.